guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to yet another video. So as you've probably seen from the title of this video, this is my labor and delivery story. I'm so excited to let you in on it. And if you can see, I've done a young wash and go. I don't know, I think it's an epic fail, but we tried. Okay, nonetheless, let's get right into it. My labor and delivery story. So I'm gonna start here. Remember when I did my last video, which was a pack my hospital bag / baby bag with me? So I told you in that video, ukuba I was 37 weeks pregnant. Now, a few days after that, I had a clinic appointment, which I went to. It was like 4 days later. So I had to wake up early. You have to be super early for these clinic appointments. Preferably, final figure pango 7 o'clock in the morning. So I was there a bit late, I think maybe at 7:45, but I did try. On that day, there was no water in the clinic, so there was only one nurse on duty. So you can imagine, I was in the clinic for almost the whole day because I left at around 4:45, or if not past 4, but I left pretty late for someone who went to the clinic in the morning. So that day, I practically spent the entire day at the clinic. So while I was at the clinic, I had these pains. They were not sharp. It was just dull pains, you know. And because I've had those in my 3rd trimester, I assumed, but okay, these are just Braxton Hicks, you know. These will pass. But they were there consistently. They're not really like overly painful. They're not even painful. They were like dull. I don't know how to explain the pain I was feeling, but it wasn't extreme. It wasn't alarming. I got attended to and I left the clinic. Now, after leaving the clinic, I went to buy something to eat, and then I went back to the office to work. I had some work to do where I worked until like 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, I left. Past 6, actually. I left. Now, from work to home was like an hour's drive. So I must have gotten home at around past 7. Né? Now, when I got home, I could still feel the dull pains. And mind, I had been referred by my clinic to another hospital, which had referred me to another hospital because of my BMI, which I did talk about in my previous video. If you haven't watched that, the Pack With Me video, please go back and watch it. You'll get the full context of everything that I'm going to say here. So I had a doctor's appointment like the following week because remember, I was still 37 weeks pregnant. So I had a 38-week doctor's appointment to figure out if everything's okay. Should I wait the pregnancy out? Whatnot. Yeah, all the logistics. Now I'm home, né? It's around past 7. So yeah, I can feel the pain, but now the pain is intensifying a little bit. I'm still in denial, guys. I'm still thinking, but nah, it can't be, man. 37 weeks pregnant, you know? Maybe it's just Braxton Hicks. The pain continues. The pain stops and goes. So I decided to time this. And I realized I'm contracting 7 minutes apart. But still, I'm still in denial. I'm thinking to myself, there is no ways I'm in labor. There is absolutely no ways I'm in labor right now. And then I go and pee, and I realize, my mucus plug, how do they say? But I've lost, I don't know the term, I've lost my mucus plug, you know? That's when I realized, I am in labor, because with my other 2 previous pregnancies or labors, I realized I was contracting when I lost my mucus plug. So, yo, now I'm alarmed. Now I'm thinking, yo, let me quickly bath so that if I'm in labor, at least I should labor clean, because the last time I bathed was in the morning. So, oh, girl decides to boil some water so I can take a bath. And while I wait on that, I still do some work. Can you believe it, guys? Yeah, I'm still working. Yeah, Miguel. But yo, when they come now, they come strong. You know, the labor pains, when they come, I feel them now. The intensity is that much higher after losing my mucus plug. Yeah, I take a bath. Yo, guys, I usually take 1 hour long baths. Don't ask me. I've always taken long to bath and to dress up and whatnot. But you can imagine what I took that day. Okay, that evening. It was maybe 3 to 4 hours long, because each time I would attempt to bath, the pain would come back stronger than before. You know, now the pain was kicking me literally in the ass. Yo, so I take this bath. It was the hardest bath of my life because I was in pain throughout. So every time the pain like subsides, that's when I quickly try to finish up bathing. But yeah, I eventually finished bathing. I called the father of my child to take me to the hospital. Okay, so we go to the hospital. Now, you must remember, I live 1 hour away from town where the hospital is, and there is a gravel road because I live in the rural areas. Yo, hey, you know, on the road, every time, like, people who've been in the rurals, you know how the roads are. Like, they're really rocky and unstable. So they're not smooth. So you can imagine on the gravel, every time like we'd go on an unstable rocky path, literally it would feel like my baby is dropping that much lower, and the pain would just intensify. But each time the pain came, instead of trying to push, so I was doing these breathing exercises that I was told to do with my other previous pregnancies, which is basically you do this. So every time I was in pain, I'd literally go. Now, I was told that doing that instead of trying to push, it helps the opening to enlarge so that to accommodate the baby better, to alleviate tearing, and to, yeah, basically to make your labor a bit easier. Each time I got labor cramps, and by now I was timing them. They were literally 3 minutes apart. Next thing, they were 2 minutes apart. Yay! Sazinganiki a chance in labor pains. Now you can imagine, it's close to midnight at this point. I'm thinking maybe it was around past 10. I couldn't even check the time. Yo, it was intense, guys. The father of my child drove so quick that day, honestly. And I was continuing doing the breathing exercises. So we got to the hospital. Even the security at the gate, the hospital, he didn't ask for much. Yay, uyafa apha. Kulit uyafa apha. Like, like the labor pains were just coming at me. Thought I was gonna die for a second there. Low key. And then my partner parked at the entrance of the hospital. It's not allowed unless it's an emergency, of which in this case it was an emergency because umugelo bekafa. I was dying, guys. Yo. So you see, I'm sitting inside the car and my partner quickly goes out to ask for help, to ask for a wheelchair to wheel me in. while I'm in the car. Now I'm feeling the urge to push, literally. Now and I'm scared that I'm gonna give birth inside this car. Mind you, I was wearing underwear plus a panty liner because I had lost my mucus plug and I didn't want, I don't know how to explain it. I didn't want that messing up my underwear or messing up wherever I was seated. Okay, it's fine. My partner comes with the security, with the wheelchair. Now I'm looking at the wheelchair, I'm like, yo, I mean, the transfer like what's this bed because of my high BMI. You can imagine how heavy and how big I am and how big my buttocks are. So when I see this wheelchair, I'm like, it's not making sense in my head, but how am I gonna fit in that? So they open the door and I'm like, I'm just going there like the wheelchair because it means they're like, just come and just get on it. So I oblige and I attempt to get, let me tell you, that wheelchair was the size of half my butt. Literally, there was no fitting me in there. At this point, I'm in excruciating pain. My partner walks me in and is like, yo, there's an emergency. We need to find a bed or something to wheel her into the labor room in. At this point now, I'm screaming, bruh. I'm at the entrance of the hospital with the security guards and whatnot. Yay, Sana. I'm like, yo, I need to push. This baby is coming. So I feel the urge to push. And I pushed, guys. And my water broke. Now, if you know me and if you know my previous labors, you know when the water breaks, my water does not break willy-nilly. When my water breaks, it means it's go time. It means the head is there. Because usually, like, I've never had my water break by itself. Usually the water is broken by a nurse or a midwife, and then like 2 seconds thereafter I give birth. So you can imagine now the water, for the first time, my water just broke. And it was like, I don't know, it was like a shower of just liquid, like just a big puddle of water. So now I'm just standing there and I'm panicking. And now I'm feeling the urge to push. I can no longer do the breathing exercises. Okay. Now the security guards are panicking. They're like, Sisi, like just sit there, just try to lie down, don't stand. Oh, no. I'm like, no, I'm just quiet. Because literally, you can imagine, I'm so heavy. I'm in pain. My belly is there. Now imagine me having to lie down on a cold ass floor, which is now wet from the liquids, from the water breaking. My dress was so wet, guys. Yo, now everyone is panicking. Even my partner at this point is shouting, "But Haibo, what kind of hospital is this? Why can't they bring the bed if there's not a big enough wheelchair?" I kid you not, you guys. Did this security guard not go and look for a bed for me? And him and my partner, they wheeled it to me. Then they're like, like, please climb on the bed. Yay! It's a struggle. I can't even lift up my leg because I'm in excruciating pain, and I literally feel like my baby is coming now. Hey, Sana, it's like something out of a movie. What happened that evening? Like, I couldn't. It was like an out of body experience. I've never ever experienced what I experienced that day. So, yeah, I eventually get on the bed. The minute I get on the bed, oh, this guy, God bless his soul and his heart. He is literally my lifesaver. That security guard, the sweetest. So he wheels me on this bed. Now I'm in this bed. He wheels me to the labor room. Now the labor room is on another floor. So at this point, all I'm seeing are the lights. I'm in pain. Hey, I'm scared. I'm scared. Like, yo, everything just escalated so quickly. So he goes into a lift, he goes out of another lift, and then goes into another one, then he goes out of, yo! And then he rushes, and then I think he sees these nurses, and it's like, this woman is in labor, please help her. And then they take over. They tried to take me to the labor and delivery room, but it's packed because my labor was completely unexpected. So the nurses, God bless their hearts, they were so sweet. Honestly, the nurses that helped me give birth were so sweet. So the nurses quickly rushed me to, they hear that there's space in another labor room. And it's a makeshift labor room that they made because they don't have enough space to accommodate all the people in labor. And my situation was, at this point, very urgent. Now, all of this is happening, get to 12. I'm thinking maybe it's around 25 to 12 or 20 to 12, around that time. In that situation, I couldn't even pick up my phone, or even if I wanted to do a labor and delivery vlog, with the way everything escalated so quickly, trust me, I couldn't have, and I wouldn't have. So now they wheel me into this makeshift labor and delivery ward, and they realize, this girl is going to labor. So they quickly spread out like the, what's this? Yo, guys, is it pregnancy? I keep forgetting everything. Linen savers. Just preparing me for birth. And they asked me to get off this bed and get on the other one. Mind you, the beds in hospital are this, like, they're so high, guys. I am in pain. But I had to. It was a struggle. I'm like, yo, I feel the urge to push. They're like, no, don't push. Don't push just yet. Just get on this bed first. So I got on the bed. And then immediately they were like, push. Because I think I was already crowning. They heard, I told you, once my water breaks, now there's no going back. I'm in labor. So they asked me to push, and then I started pushing. I think I pushed 3 to 4 times. I felt the head come out, and I thought I was done. I don't know what was happening in my head, but then they like, give it one more push for the shoulders. And then I pushed one more time. So I pushed a total of, I think, 4 times. And my baby was out, you guys. Oh my gosh. Mind you, I didn't even have time to change into like a proper labor nightie or gown. I labored in my dress, you guys. That dress was a mess. And that dress has it is embellished. So that embellishment is because the nurses did try to get me to take it off, but I was already ready to labor because they were like, take it off, and I just couldn't. So I couldn't really place my baby on because I was wearing this embellished dress and it would harm the baby. But nonetheless, they did put my baby on my belly. And then they quickly took her for a wipe down. Yeah, they wiped her down. And then now it was time to deliver the placenta. That placenta, like, they're like, the baby came out so quickly and so nicely. What's up with the placenta now? It took a bit of time to deliver the placenta, but eventually I pushed it out. Yeah, sometimes you have to push it out like you're pushing out a baby. And then, there was so much relief. And then that's when the nurse started checking if I had tears or any of that. And she noticed that I had a teeny weeny tear. And she was like, oh, like there's no need for stitching. there's no need to stitch this tear because yeah, it can easily heal on its own. So just like that, I got away with no stitches. Man, was I excited, because the hardest thing postpartum is dealing with those stitches. It is the hardest thing. This is coming from a person who from their last labor got 2nd-degree tears down there. So I know what stitches feel like. To say I was relieved is an understatement. So, yeah, and that's the end of it. Like, I delivered my baby at 37 weeks. A healthy baby girl in my eyes who weighed, at the time, 3.2 kgs. Yeah, she was born like a few minutes before 12 o'clock. And, yeah, she's healthy. She got a clean bill of health. There were no complications on my side as well. In fact, I was scheduled to be discharged the following morning, because if there are no complications, the most you can stay at a hospital is like 6 hours. So even when the doctor came to check on me in the morning, he was like, you should have been discharged already. But I'll get into the whole discharge process another day, because I ended up being discharged the following day. A lot of, yeah. Anyways, yeah, I had to do the clinic card. I had to consult with Home Affairs there, but I'd forgotten my ID in the car. Oh, anyways, did I not tell you about, whilst I was in labor, my partner went to go fetch my hospital bags, which had fortunately packed like 4 days before. When he got back, I had a baby in my arms now. He was as shocked as I was, but at least he got to see his baby immediately after she was born, considering it's a public hospital, so he got that opportunity. Yeah, but next time, guys, if I do decide to have another baby, I'm definitely opting for a private facility this time. So I'll make those arrangements early. But otherwise, no complaints. It was a fairly easy delivery. I thank God that everything went well. Even the doctor was like, yo, you could have given birth in the car. And they were like, even whilst they were checking me out, they're like, why are you wearing panties and a paint liner on top of that? They're like, no, you should never do that, because imagine if the baby comes, like you deliver the baby in the car, the baby could get suffocated by the panty. So that's a new thing I learned. So yeah, hopefully this will also help another mommy when you're going to give birth. Like, yeah, don't put on a panty. Also in public hospitals, they do provide nappies for the baby and pads. And yeah, again, you're not supposed to wear underwear, so that when they check you, it's an easy process. So yeah, I don't think I've missed anything. I don't want to make this video too long. I want this video to be as short and sweet and simple as possible. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please do subscribe, like, and comment. I do want to hear your views. And to all those who are giving me constructive criticism and who are, giving me feedback, I'm so thankful for y'all. I'll give special shout outs because there are people who have been doing that consistently. VC Bene, thank you, my love. Up here in Ntapo. Silly, thank you so much. Your input, guys, it means the world to me. Thank you. Please continue supporting my channel. Please tell your friends and your families to subscribe. And just on the side, you see, I got these spots from my pregnancy. So now I've got an abundance of harlimansis. So today I'll actually put on harlimansis on my face, hoping for the best. Till next time, bye bye. Love you lots. Mwah.